Sometimes I get into a mode with a nigga and I whisper to the nigga and say, tonight I want to see you use that gun.
You whisper that?
The fuck is...
Yo, man,
can we get a timeout? This is...
We need a commercial break. We need a commercial break.
That's the craziest.
That's one of the craziest commercials I ever heard in my life.
Gun is a pause. 30-second commercial break.
I want to see you use that gun tonight. It's commercial break worthy.
You know what it is? I grew up fast.
Trap, hold on. Let me show you something. You see, when it comes to the parenting, you know why a lot of people go wrong? When it comes to being a mother, they're supposed to be a father. The generation made it okay to be a single mother.
Yeah.
Let's just put that out there. A lot of girls sit on social media and they're talking about, yeah, I'm a proud single mother. Calm down your nerves. Cause you're doing everything for the man not to see his child.
Yeah.
A lot of women nowadays, cause now I'm gonna get dark.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of women nowadays don't know how to separate their relationship from parenting. So you allow your child to grow up without a parent. He could be the best father.
Women more time that leave
Right.
relationships.
He can be the best father to his child, but he might not be the best man to you. Make him go suck your mama. As long as he's doing it for his child, you're good.
Yeah.
This creates.
And don't invite me to no more baby showers unless you done already invited me to a wedding. Because what are we celebrating? A broken home? I'm not doing it with y'all next year. You standing up in a picture looking like a fool. Nobody know where the baby daddy at. Husband, baby. It better be in that order. If that ain't it, I'm going to tell you in advance, I'm already busy. And I'm giving you a 2-kid maximum.
Well, honestly and truly, most of these women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
Nice. That's not really a thing.
So you thought it was like almost a red flag that he was too nice?
I think I was just like not ready to accept all of that yet. I was like coming out of that, like a long relationship, a divorce. Like I was just like chaotic.
Yeah.
I think I needed some chaos first.
Yes. Meeting a nice guy that's actually going to treat you well. You're like, wait, can you pause for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Let me get
I'll
my
be
shit
back.
together and I'll come back.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I felt bad for men, watching this for those good guys, because I can just imagine being willing to do for someone and being into them and wanting to really show them that they're worth all these things and being told, not quite ready for you. I need to just plunge into some darkness for a hot minute and then we'll just hang out. Holy Mother of Earth. No, ladies, not the way to do it. You got to treasure those guys when they come along. Bottom line.
The biggest problem we're seeing in modern relationships is that women have been shielded from consequence for so long. Their father, if they had one, shrugged off all of her bad behavior just to have a little peace in his home. And that's where it all started. She learned being uncooperative gave her leverage. She learned that male authority was negotiable and could effectively be vetoed if she just applied some emotional pressure. And we're here in 2026 expecting her to be fucking submissive, but she's only ever seen men be submissive. I think the problem is that there aren't any maternal elders to sit her ass down and tell her what fucking time it is. Those aunts and grandmas are called out of touch nowadays. Modern society does not ask women to become anything good anymore. They've been told it's okay to be fat, lazy, and rude. Their father, the school system, television, simps, social media, and feminism are all stations on a conveyor belt through youth to adolescence that impose no cost on her. So she arrives into adulthood unchanged. She's never been told she's wrong. If you're with a woman that sounds like this, kick her out of your life.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you want some BS.
Okay, let's just get one thing straight, because men and women always tell me, aren't you afraid of dying alone? No, I'm not. I actually enjoy being single. I enjoy the loneliness because I'm more afraid of ending up in another relationship with the wrong man. I am more afraid of being with the wrong partner than I am of being alone. And I think a lot of women can relate to this. We've been in relationships that have not been very healthy and toxic to our health. And now that we're alone, we're like, actually, it's quite nice over here. So I get asked this a lot. from women and men? Aren't you scared of dying alone? No, I'm not. I'm actually afraid of being in a long-term committed relationship with someone who is destroying me. I'm afraid of doing that again. So that's what we're afraid of. Okay, long story long. I love you. And please stop asking single women if they're afraid of dying alone. Because we're not. We're not.
Genuine question here, okay? And I'm primarily talking about sort of straight relationships. I don't profess to know how the gay scene works whatsoever. But when you're looking for a partner, or what are you looking for in a partner? Is it like, are you looking for like if you're a girl, are you looking for your male equivalent? Because I think a lot of people are like looking for someone who agrees with them on X and has the same opinion as them on Y and same interests, whatever. But realistically, like if you're a girly girl, the male equivalent to you is going to be like a manly man who is kind of going to be almost like polar opposite to you in a way. So I think a lot of people are looking for them and somebody else. And like that just doesn't work. How are you going to find connection? I think we literally need to start looking in the opposite direction. I think that's why
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
Sometimes men disappear because they feel like their effort is not being reciprocated. A lot of women feel like their approach to dating is, you as a man have to prove to me you are worthy of my time, my energy, and me being more vulnerable to you. And because of what you've been through, you think that's the right way to do it. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with a man who's actually serious and he's seeing you're holding back, you got walls up, he has concerns that you're wasting his time. So now he falls off because he's like, all right, she's tripping, she's not really making any effort. But because there's still a desire there, because he still likes her, I think the comment, the like, is a temperature check. Let me see how she'll respond. Let me see if I can still reignite something here. But it all stemmed from, are we actually making a mutual effort to get to know each other? Okay. So just make sure, before you start throwing all kinds of accusations at the man, ask yourself, was I coming correct in this process or not?
Women get so much online attention that when they show up to the actual date, they feel like they can be so incredibly picky that they can have a long list of red flags for themselves. And because they're cute, it doesn't matter. But a guy has like one thing they don't like and they're like, I'm out. I don't need this attention. I can just go home and I can look at my DMs. And then you know what happens to these women? I'll tell you. They get to be, 35 and then the panic sets in. And then suddenly, they're not getting as many DMs, right? Because the game gets old at some point and they're starting to get older and they're starting to think, well, I want a kid or I want to be married or I don't want to have to fix my own toilet. This isn't a husband for that. And then all of a sudden the panic starts to set in. And then sometimes they get to 40s and things start to change. Your body starts to change a little bit. And suddenly it's massive panic. And then they're, Chelsea Handler, drinking the wine and talking to everybody about how having kids sucks. Right?
Men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. It doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get her. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me. And I don't have time for that.
Colorism plays in finding a job.
Yes.
Colorism plays in buying a house. Colorism plays because a lot of people don't want you in their neighborhood if you look a certain way.
Yeah. Is that colorism or is that just racism?
Colorism is racism. So it's just true. So it's just like, and then when dating, it's like you get to choose. I wouldn't put dating into that, but definitely everyday life I would say, because even if your Uber driver look a certain way, you ain't trying to get in the car with him.
Goddamn.
Some people are very scared. Saying in general, because colorism does play a major part in just feeling safe. And I think that's what it really is when it dumbs down to, is feeling safe.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm walking down the street and I see a dark-skinned person or a light-skinned person, that don't matter to me. But if he got a poo shiesty on, that's what matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter if he dark-skinned or light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? You got that poo shiesty on?
Demon Tommy don't got no color.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. You got it, my brother. I'm gonna go over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But in the street right now,
this whole block is yours.
Demon Tommy don't got no color.
I've just discovered the reason why it's so hard to find a good guy dating in 2023. And it's not because there aren't any left and that all men are disgusting and all men are trash. That is completely false, no matter what you hear from other girls on TikTok. The truth is that the good guys are done with dating. They would rather be single and have their peace than be in a relationship and not be treated correctly. They're done playing the games, okay? Girls not being monogamous, them not texting them back, them giving them mixed signals, them opening up and sharing their feelings, and then a girl breaking up with them. They don't want to deal with that. They'd rather work a lot, go home, play some video games, watch a movie, and spend time with their dog or themselves than ever have to deal with women.
I know what I'm about to say is going to surprise some of you, but I don't have any problem with somebody using my words because it's still spreading the message that I believe in. So like it, interact with it. You don't need to report it, but just don't fall for clicking the link. And side note, I should mention here, I have never and probably will never have a backup account. So please be aware so that you don't get scammed.
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
Do you always duck his kisses when there are not people around?
Not when there aren't people around, just when there are people around. I mean,
That's worse.
Because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful, I do get a little shy. I think I also get overstimulated because Akash does it a lot. 30 seconds. Like a little bit.
And then
We
go back to
never
doing
saw
fine.
our parents kissing ever. So it's like so foreign to us.
Can we settle something for the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you kiss Akash right now?
I don't even know if I want to see
On
it.
the lips.
Okay.
Bring that ass over here. Bring that ass over here.
Oh shit!
It was overstimulating. It was overstimulating.
That was heartbreaking for me. Now I'm feeling for Jesse. What an this guy is. To humiliate his wife in front of millions and millions of people.
How much should a wedding ring cost? 10 grand.
30,000.
30,000? 10 grand? Cheers. 10 grand. 10 grand. What you gotta say to, say to 10 grand?
30,000.
I'm sticking to my 10 grand. What is this 10 grand? How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm gonna say no. It has to be 30,000.
You're gonna say no? It has to be 30,000.
I know what he makes, so I know what ring I want.
Alright, 30,000. 30,000. 30,000. Well, there you got it, folks. 30,000, just like that.
I think this is a joke. It has to be a joke. It better be a joke because this woman essentially told you she's pocket watching. $10,000 isn't cheap, so you can't even say that he's sliding you in any kind of way. I want 30,000. That's going to be it, or I'm going to say no. Well, ma'am, you're just going to have to say no and be by yourself because I'm going to keep this entire 30,000 for myself and spend it on what I want. Too bad for you. And modern women continue to say, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot his shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what? This date really cost him. You know what? He might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some. Well, we both spending time, but he's got to spend his money on the date instead of just saying, well, I spend my money too in a way because I use my makeup and I go get a spray tan and one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, That workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, well, I mean, you ain't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You needed been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.
I seen a post that said, now women care about men's mental health. No, we don't. No, we don't. Who said that?
Good women. That's who said that. You know, those that actually care about others other than themselves.
I'll be the bad guy. I'm here to tell you the truth. You're not fighting mental health. You're fighting accountability.
Well, if anyone would know what fighting accountability is like, that would be some women out there. But I wonder exactly what they mean.
You're fighting the things that you did in the past that you don't want to own up to. You're fighting the voices in your head that your mama put there ever since you was a little boy, trying to enable you your whole life. Now you got to face it in the real world.
And this is what we would call victim blaming, saying that all their mental health problems are essentially their own fault.
I'm going to tell you the truth. Stop it. You're faking it.
Oh dear. So they've actually gone from blaming the victim for their own mental health problems to actually denying that those mental health problems for thousands, if not millions of men actually exist. How charming.
Stop it. You're not fighting demons. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting your own consequences. Please.
Unfortunately, as we have just seen, there are a lot of very misguided individuals out there that really don't understand a thing about mental health, and it shows.
I am a tolerant codependent, and this is what I'm going to do to you. I let things slide instead of addressing them. I say yes when I prefer to say no. I change my plans to fit someone else's schedule without asking for the same effort back. I accept last-minute changes and tell the other person it's fine. I don't follow up when something promised doesn't happen. I stop bringing things up after they've been ignored once. I avoid asking direct questions if the answer might force a decision. I keep conversations light when something unresolved is present. I wait for someone else to set the pace and adjust myself to it. I make myself easier instead of making things clearer. I stay available even when availability isn't returned. I respond quickly so I don't seem difficult. I explain someone else's behavior to myself instead of responding to it. I give more time after patterns repeat. I don't correct misunderstandings if correcting them might cause tension. I agree to arrangements that benefit the other person more than me. I keep participating even when efforts become one-sided. I lower my expectations without saying that I've done that. I protect the situation from discomfort instead of protecting my time. I believe this makes me reliable and reasonable. I believe this makes me low maintenance. I believe this keeps things stable. What it actually does is allow the same patterns to continue. I'm not seeing myself as a part of the pattern. I'm a tolerant codependent, and this is what I'll do to you.
And you know, you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, you might have a problem.
Expectation of submission is a type of emotional abuse where the dynamics in a relationships tend to be where one person's needs, wants, desires are treated as an inconvenience or something that needs to be fixed instead of being seen as a normal, healthy part of being a human. In unhealthy relationships, people assume that the core issue is communication, so they spend an enormous amount of time going to therapy, trying to figure out the ways to say something. If they can just describe it in this certain way, the person will understand and they will stop treating them that way. But with some people, it's not a communication problem. It's an expectation of submission problem, because the person has no problem understanding what you're saying. They just don't want to understand because they'd rather you just be quiet, stop complaining, and go along with whatever they're trying to do. And some signals for this is that the conversations become circular, confusing, or exhausting. Those are signs that you're dealing with someone that might not be having trouble understanding what you're saying, but someone who just rather genuinely not understand what you're saying because they have objectified you. And over time, this does make people just stay silent because they'd rather not deal with all the confusion and their nervous system getting so triggered trying to have someone else understand them. But again, it's not a communication problem. It's someone who doesn't actually want to understand you. If someone wants to understand you, no matter how you say it, they will.
You're broken up or you're working together? I'll tell you the story real quick. So essentially, she's broken up with me and I've told her I don't want to go on holiday. But the problem is, the holiday was £1,000, non-refundable. I mean, what's the biggest secret you've kept from him and he kept from you?
Maybe once lied about who was at a place I was at, but nothing big.
What was that?
No, like there's been people at places that you just don't need to know about.
Who?
Nothing.
Go on.
I'm not naming names.
He's asking you a question.
I'm not naming names.
Say it. How about you, bro? Like, what's the biggest lie he told us? I don't think I've lied. I swear on my life. Damn.
Other than maybe saying someone's not somewhere.
Go on.
Ben, shut up.
What's some more thing you have done while being split? Well, she has gone and got with someone and messaged someone in the 2 weeks we were broken. And you still went out with her? Refundable. It's not refundable, but your emotions are non-refundable, you know? I know.
It makes me feel a really bad person now.
No, you know, from what I can hear, you seem like a really bad person. You know, I wouldn't treat a girl like that, you know? I think this guy is really loyal to you, and you just with his feelings and his money and his bank account, everything. just look at this man, bro. Look at his face. He's in pain now. He doesn't want to show he's in pain. Look at this girl though. She's happy. She doesn't care.
I will ask my man to do anything for me. Anything. But the moment that man asks me to do something for him, I get irritated. I'm so annoyed. I don't want him to ask me for anything. He should just do everything for me, but I shouldn't be expected to do anything for him because it's annoying.
I will ask my man to do anything for me, but I swear to you, the moment that he asks me to do anything, I'm irritated. And it could be the simplest task, like, oh, could you rinse this cup out for me because you're right there by the sink? Pissed. Instantly pissed. Or, oh, you know, could you go hand me a towel because I forgot to grab it? Why the would you not grab that towel? I don't know what it is about him asking me for something that triggers something in me. Like, it really pisses me off.
You shouldn't be married. Like, you're not. You should please leave that man so that man can find a woman who is going to actually love and appreciate the that he's doing, because you don't care about that man. You probably just care about what he can do for you. Probably, I say. But you just care about the that he can do for you, and that's it. You need somebody to serve you without serving the person, and that doesn't work well. I'm surprised he's still in a relationship with you at this point, because you're basically a user.
After speaking all day with lawyers, I looked through the messages and both my daughters were apologizing. My youngest daughter, the daddy's girl of the two, was manic. She had texted me about 50 times saying she never should have lied and hated it every time. Her boyfriend even reached out asking me to please reach out to her, and he didn't know what was going on, but she was on the verge of a panic attack. Joyce, I love you, but please understand that what you have done has hurt me very deeply. I need you to give me space. I sent it and within seconds got, okay, I'm so sorry. I never should have helped. I will never forgive myself. I love you too. I didn't respond. Beatrice was different.
Guys, as we're continuing this dilemma, let me just give the disclaimer warning. As you're hearing Beatrice, it is not me.
Okay.
Let's go.
I know that one. Beatrice was different. We have always had a good relationship, but she was a mama's girl through and through. She said she was sorry, but I shouldn't throw away a good marriage because of one little mistake. This made me furious. Beatrice, this wasn't a mistake. This is a betrayal from a whole family. Please don't reach out again until I make first contact. She never responded, but I know she showed it to my soon-to-be ex because she started saying that I shouldn't take it out on Beatrice. I never responded. I will never talk to her again except through lawyers. This all happened 5 days ago. I'm still at my brother's and can't contain my feelings. I cry every morning for almost every day. I oscillate between complete debilitating sadness and all-consuming anger. Losing my wife will be hard enough, but how do I ever look at my children again? How do I ever begin to forgive them? Beatrice is supposed to
what have I done again?
Beatrice is supposed to get married in 5 months' time.
Claim it for you.
I have been paying for almost everything now, and I'm probably not going to attend the wedding. I don't know how to move forward. I am completely destroyed.
Hey.
What turns women off the fastest?
What do you think?
I think definitely, especially on a first date, if you're going to sit there and talk about yourself the whole time and talk about your life and go on and on and on and not engage with her at all or ask her even a few questions about her life.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard communication technique of making her feel important. A really great attraction mechanism you can use as a guy on a first date is to be genuinely interested and curious, or at least portray so, about her and her life. I'm going to teach you a quick trick called the stare and smirk. You're going to portray a subtle and cheeky smirk, like so, while you maintain a strong but calm level of eye contact with her. The cue to do this is when she starts elaborating on a life story or something that she's into, and you're gonna sit back and hold a very relaxed frame, maintaining the eye contact as we said, and actively listening to her talking. She could go anywhere between like 20 seconds and a couple of minutes talking about this story, and all you're gonna do is maintain interest via eye contact and utilize that subtle smirk. Eventually she's gonna stop her story, and she's gonna look at you and probably say, "Why are you smiling?" You've created a really good opportunity to be playful and comfortably intimidating. And to optimize this, you're going to reply something like, "Nothing, I just love when you speak about yourself. There's so much passion." The chances are high that she's going to progress the interaction with a nervous laugh. Oh, stop it. Say something. Tell me something. To which, after building up a nice, subtle amount of tension, you can break it and progress the conversation. On the first date, the woman should be doing the majority of talking and you should be holding on to your mystery. Subtle conversational shifts will allow you to remain the focus on her. And this will optimize the feeling, which optimizes the attraction. I also find the kind of unspoken hero in this setting is genuinely being interested in what she's got to say. I'm not saying that every woman's going to be super interesting, but the idea of a human sitting with another human and exploring your lives together is pretty cool. She could be a total douche, but you can still be interested. Use this technique and it will shift the whole dynamic of the first date in your favor. And it has to be in your favor if you want to direct with intention, right? We are men, after all. I think so. I don't know about you. You're probably confused.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.